Evening, nieces and nephews. I have a kitchen staple yet again tonight. What one do you ask this time? How about steak seasoning? Yes, a good old-fashioned steakhouse seasoning. Good for all sorts of steaks. Or other meats. But obviously it's best for on beef. So, start off with a tablespoon of our salt flakes, or at least large kernel. In this case it's sea salt. 4 teaspoons to 2 tablespoons, whichever you want, but 4 teaspoons of black pepper. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 2 teaspoons of onion powder. 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. Now, this is 2 teaspoons of crushed coriander seed, which I had to take the coriander seed and kind of crush it in my mortar and pestle. You ask, what's a mortar and pestle, you say? Oop, dropping things. One of these things. So yes, I did hand crush these myself. I just did it before I started filming. Oops. And I did say 2 teaspoons. A teaspoon of dried thyme. And half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. Now, just like all the others, give it a good stir up. And then we're ready to start putting it in our jar. And of course, it seems like the coriander seed was the last thing to come out, but all you gotta do is give it a little bit of a side shake and roll it around a little bit for a few minutes. Just a second here. Go. Excuse me there. Okay, now that it's obviously a little bit better mixed, in the jar at least, we now have our steak seasoning. And see, that recipe fits in a jar about this size, which then goes right up here, where on the back of my stove, so that when I'm grilling meat right here or getting ready to, I can just reach up, grab it, and go. Or season it in my pan. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I know the video isn't very, very long, but hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor. Click that like. Give it a thumbs up. Then, don't forget, also, while you're clicking on things down there, click that button that says subscribe. Go ahead, join the tribe. It won't hurt. It won't cost you anything to join it. Matter of fact, once you've done that, click the little bell and set it to all. That way you know when I upload. Now if you liked it and used it, put a note down in the comments, please. If you didn't like it, go ahead and say why. If there's a recipe that you'd like me to try, go ahead and suggest it down in there or over on the community page or on the community tab. But on top of that also, don't forget to check the description. You'll see the recipe there. Or you can even click on a little link right there where it will download the printable so you can print it, put it in your recipe folder, your recipe binder, your recipe box, whatever you use to store your recipes in. I do recommend printed recipes over everything being digital. After all, phones die, power goes out, or at least batteries completely give out and won't charge, I should say. So, good idea to have a printed recipe. So, hope you enjoyed. Good night. Bon appetit. Bon soirée. See you next time, family.